Hello and welcome to the Ophthalmology Wizard. I am Dr. Mahboob, MD Ophthalmology from Aiims, New Delhi. And today I'm going to discuss about the refraction problem. Refraction problem is frequently being asked in the Neet PG examination, and it is very important that you should know because this is a very predicted question. Okay, and many of you I know that is still confusing how to solve this refraction problem because they don't know the basics. But today I'm not going to deal about the basics of the refraction problem. I will just look into the tips and tricks to solve the MCQ. So watch the whole video step by step because every point which I'm going to tell is important. So without wasting time, let's start. So they can give you the two type of questions. One is the prescription form and one is the prescription form, other one is the retinoscopic form, right? So after giving these two types of form, they can ask you the options. What are the options? So the options can be simple myopic or hypermetropic astigmatism, compound myopic or compound hypermetropic astigmatism. Or they can ask you whether this is with the rule astigmatism or against the rule astigmatism. The first important thing, the first step, by looking at the retinoscopic form or the prescription form, you have to determine whether it is with the rule astigmatism or against the rule astigmatism. Means you have to rule out with the rule astigmatism or against the rule astigmatism. Okay, how to do so? Let me see an example. Suppose this is the prescription form of question they have given you. One thing that I have already told, the first step is to determine whether this is with the rule astigmatism or whether this is against the rule astigmatism. For that, you need to remember one important point. Plus at 90 degree. Plus at 90 means plus power of cylindrical at 90 degree is with the rule astigmatism. If this is right, that means if this is right, that means minus at 90 degree will be against the rule, vice versa. Again, if plus at 90 degrees with the rule, I can also say plus at 180 degree will be against the rule, vice versa. Similarly, minus at 180 degree is with the rule, right? That means if you know this point only, you can derive all this point. Minus plus at 90 degree with the rule astigmatism, you have to remember. After knowing all these things, after knowing so look at the prescription here. Look at the prescription above. Above, what is 1 minute? Okay. Look at this picture. This prescription is saying minus 2 diopter spherical, minus 1 diopter cylindrical at 90 degree. What I already told you, plus at 90 degree is with the rule astigmatism. That means minus at 90 degrees against the rule astigmatism. Here you say minus at 90 degree will be what? Against the rule astigmatism, right or wrong? So for this prescription, the astigmatism will be against the rule. So first step is done. Now we have to find out whether this is simple myopic or hypermetropic, whether this is compound myopic or hypermetropic. To do that, we have to do one important thing that is called transposition. What is transposition? For one glass, we can have two prescriptions. These two prescriptions are the transposition form of each other. So for this prescription, we have other transposition form. How to write that form? For that, for 90 degree, you write here 180 degree. For minus 1 diopter cylindrical, just change the sign of this. Minus 1 diopter converted to the plus 1 diopter cylindrical at 180. So you will get the cylindrical power. For the spherical power, what you have to do? You have to add minus 2 and minus 1. You have to add these two power. So minus 2 and minus 1 is nothing but minus 3 diopter spherical. Now we have the two form of the same glass, two prescription of the same glass. Now the second step is look at the spherical power only. So the rule is, if both the power is negative, it is compound myopia. If both the power is positive, it is hypermetropia. But none of them should be zero. Why? Because any one of them is zero, then it will be simple. Okay? Means in this both spherical power, can you see any zero? No. That means it is not simple. Okay? That means you rule out the simple. It is not simple. Second thing, both of them are negative. So this is myopia, and since you know both of them are not zero, any of them are not zero, so it is compound myopia. So for this prescription, we can write it is compound myopia right here against the rule astigmatism, right? It is compound myopia against the rule astigmatism. You got it? You got it? You have to remember this point, yeah. That is very important. For tricks, you have to remember this point. Okay? Now, second form is the retinoscopic form. They can give you this form. This is vertical meridian, this is horizontal meridian. Let me tell you one simple example. If this is my cornea, our cornea, and this is upper eyelid. Okay, this upper eyelid exerts the pressure on the vertical meridian. This upper eyelid is exerting pressure on the vertical meridian, and this vertical meridian becomes like this, means becomes more curved. So naturally our vertical meridian is more curved than the horizontal meridian, and since this is with the nature, since this exists in the nature, it goes with the nature. So if vertical meridian is more curved than the horizontal meridian, it is called with the rule astigmatism, right? That is why I can write here, vertical meridian if more than horizontal, curvature, in the form of curvature. If vertical meridian is more curved than the horizontal meridian, it is the with the rule astigmatism, right or wrong? Vice versa, if horizontal meridian is more curved than the vertical, it is against the rule, right or wrong? Got it? Now, second point is to think that when do you see, suppose you have been given this prescription, right? If you have been given this prescription, then how to determine whether this vertical meridian is more curved than the horizontal meridian or horizontal meridian is more curved than the vertical meridian? You will be given this power only. So remember one important thing. What will you remember? More towards negative power is more curved. Means more towards negative power. -4 is more negative, more towards negative compared to -2. So here vertical meridian will be more horizontal because -4 is more towards negative power compared to -2. So vertical is more curved compared to horizontal. That is why vertical is more curved than the horizontal. So it is with the rule astigmatism. Understood? Okay. Suppose you don't understood this point. Let me tell you. Let me make it simple for you. Suppose this one is -1, -2. Which is more? -1 or -2 is more negative? -2 is more negative. -2 is horizontal. So horizontal is more negative than the vertical. So horizontal is more negative than the vertical is against the rule. Similarly, -4 or -2, which is more negative? -4 is more negative, means vertical is more negative. Vertical is more negative. Vertical is more negative with the rule astigmatism, right? So For the given prescription, retinoscopy, we determine it is with the rule astigmatism. So first thing first, I already told you whether it is retinoscopic form, whether it is prescription form. First thing you have to rule out which is that it is with the rule astigmatism or against the rule astigmatism. So I have ruled out it is with the rule astigmatism. Now same thing. If both of them are negative, it is compound myopia. If both of them are positive, it is compound hypermetropia. If any of them are zero, it is simple. Here both of them are negative, right? None of them are zero. Can you see any zero here? No. That means it is not simple, right? If you are not seeing any zero, that means it is not simple. You have to see zero. Spherical power should be zero in one prescription form or in one plane. It has to be zero. If it is not zero, it is not simple. Forget about the simple. Rule out the simple options. Okay. This is also one of the tricks. If you are not seeing any zero spherical power or zero here, that means it is not simple. That means it is compound. So you cannot see any zero here. It is not simple. One. You can see negative power here. That means it is compound myopia with the rule. Right or wrong? Okay. I assume that you are not understand. You have not understand some of the points. Okay. Let us go to the exercises. Let's do exercises fast. So these are the three prescription form I have written. Sure, let's start from this. First, you have to rule out what? Astigmatism, right? With the rule or against the rule. अभी बताओ, ये with the rule है या against the rule है? What is that? It is with the rule or against the rule? This is vertical meridian, this is horizontal meridian, right? Plus 1, 0. Which is more towards negative? 0 is more towards negative. So horizontal meridian is more curved than the vertical meridian. So it is against the rule astigmatism. So this is against the rule astigmatism, right? Now, whether it is compound or simple, it is simple. Why? Because one of them is 0. So it is simple. But it is simple myopia or simple hypermetropia. Look at the sign. It is plus. So it is hypermetropia against the rule astigmatism. Right or wrong? Still you are confused? Let's go to the second exercise. Plus 1 or plus 2. It is vertical, it is horizontal, right? Which is more negative towards negative? Plus 1 or plus 2? Plus 1 is more towards 0, means more towards negative side compared to plus 2. That means vertical is more curved than this. So it is with the rule, right or wrong? Now, can you see any 0 here? You cannot see any 0. It is not simple. Basically, it is not simple. Means it is compound. Compound myopia or hypermetropia? Both of them are plus. So this is hypermetropia with the rule astigmatism. Right or wrong? Still you are confused. Come to this point. -1 or -2. Which is more negative, more towards negative? -2 is more towards negative. Means horizontal is more towards negative. Horizontal is more towards negative than the vertical. So it is against the rule astigmatism. Right or wrong? Okay. Even after this, and can you see any 0 here? You cannot see any 0. Means it is not simple. It is compound. And what is the sign? It is minus. So it is compound myopia against the rule. You got its point? Again, For this retinoscopy, now we are going to do the two exercises of the prescription form firstly. So these are the prescription form. First thing first. First, determine whether this is with the rule or against the rule. Plus at 90 degrees with the rule. Plus at 90 degrees with the rule. Means plus at 90 is with the rule. So what you are getting here? It is with the rule astigmatis. Here, look at here. You know that plus at 90 degrees with the rule astigmatis. So minus at 180 degrees what? Plus at 90 degrees with the rule. Plus at 180 degrees against the rule. So minus at 180 degrees will be with the rule. So this is also with the rule. Second step for this is transposition. How to do transposition? Very simple. For this 90, you write 180 here. For this, change the sign. You write 1 cylindrical at 180 degree. For this spherical power, what will you write? Minus 2 plus 1. Add this 2. This will minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 diopter spherical. Now you have to look only the spherical part. See this spherical part. Can you see any zero here? That means it is not simple. That means it is not simple. It is compound. What is the sign of this? Both are negative. Both are negative. And this is with the rule. So this is the complete answer. For this, transpose karo. Khud se karo. Do it yourself. I'm giving you time. Do it yourself. I'm giving you time. Okay. Pause it and do. So for this, what will you write here? For 180, you write 90. For this, what you will write? Change the sign. Write this. What is this? What is the spherical power here? Will you write? Plus 4, minus 4. Add. It will be 0. There will be no spherical power. So what will be it? One of them is 0. You can see 0 here. It will be simple. What is the sign? Plus sign. It is simple hypermetropia with the rule. So simple hypermetropia with the rule astigmatism. So this way you can solve the problem of all these things. If you want to know one important thing that I have left out to make it simple, that is mixed astigmatism, please remember all these things. And if any one of you want to know mixed astigmatism, that is very rarely asked, but it's very simple. Before that, you have to remember all these things, because I don't want you to get confused. That is why I have deliberately skipped that mixed astigmatism. That is two-line thing, but I have to separate it because you will get confused. That is only right. Anything, I am ready to help. Thank you. DM me. Thank you.